digging in a hole here. Passing situation for Hendersonville. Sellers checks in at linebacker. And Zach Greer will go out. Lebanon 20, Hendersonville 3. Quarterback comes to the line with a double wing and a fullback sit behind him, and one of them in motion, and they fake it and run a reverse, trying to get outside, and somebody waiting over there on him. Great play by our defensive corner, Phillips. Ricky Phillips came up or in, got a good job out of that too. Fought the blocker off, and they knocked him down for a yard loss back to the 39. Hendersonville forced the punt.
They pulled the tight end, Adam Cripps, on that play. Let him be the lead blocker, but defensively we did a good job of staying at home and coming through those blockers to make the play. 4th down and long. Reeder deep in punt formation, and Justin Shuto into kick for the Commandos.
He stands on his own 25. Good snap, and the punt is away. Not a very good punt. It'll hit on the 42 and backpedal in Lebanon's favor all the way back to the 47. Not a very good punt. Terry Staver not too far.
Bruce, only 14 yards on the punt. Lebanon will be taking over in good field position on their own 47.
Substitution for the Blue Devils at center. Jody Atwood in with the number 1 offense as Wortman not out on the field.
I seen Coach Marshall really giving him the once-over on that trap fumble, Tommy. And now they got a new center in. Evidently missed his block. Sweet Moss. Moss gets knocked down on the 45. He never got started. I think it was a linebacker that shot in there, and it was. And they knocked him down back for about a yard and a half loss on the 45 as he tried to run that little tall sweep. It's 2nd down and about 11 and a half. A ball on the 45, and we'll say 2.5 minutes, I guess, in the 3rd quarter. As Lebanon leads 20-3. Mo Thompson wide to the right. Reeder wide to the left on this side. Take it. Hot pass over the middle. Joe, 35, 40. All the way to the 31. We hit Chavez Job. He caught it on about the 45, carried it 14 more yards to the 31, and Terry, I believe that's his first catch of the season.
You're right, Bruce. His first catch of the season, good for 24 yards and a 1st down.
Chavez had a little problem in practice the last couple of weeks catching the football. Maybe that's what he needed, that catch on a hot pass here in a real game to get him over the hump. Wortman back in at center for the Blue Devils.
They put it on the 32, and off to Moss, pretty good hole, and Moss just barely come within breaking as he crossed the 25 and staggered to the 22. If he could have kept his feet, he had daylight all the way to the end zone. He got to the 22 and picked up about 9 on the play.
Lebanon trying to outnumber him at the point of attack, coming with that Redskins play. We send the fullback one way, 2 linemen come back against the grain and creates a natural seam right in the middle.
Lebanon's got a 2nd down and a yard on the 22. 22 and a half. Triplett takes the ball back to pass, looking deep for Thompson. Long, and overshot him about 5 yards deep in the end zone as he was running that fade route. And it was barely overthrown down around inside the end zone, and now we need 3rd down and a yard. We were going for it because we only need a yard. We was trying to pull off a fake play, expecting to run Hendersonville, and he overshot him in the end zone.
And a good time to run that. You've got a down to waste. You figure if it takes 2 plays for us to get a yard, we'll certainly use them.
And we're in 4-down territories. We're on the 22, and we run our fullback. Big Cantrell's going to get a 1st down, take people with him, and then bounce off, and then turn and twist and fight and scramble, and he's down to the 1. He got hit on the 17. He twisted onto 15. He carried 2 with him on the 10, and then they knock him on down on the 1. The big Cantrell has carried that football all the way to the 1-yard line. He's inside the 1. He's on the 1-inch line.
He looked like a runaway bread truck. Nobody wanted a piece of Tony Cantrell. Finally, somebody got him around the ankles, managed to trip him up. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Mark Medley give him the football right here for all that effort to let him get a touchdown.
They stay in the eye, so let's see him take it in. Touchdown, Cantrell. Our offensive line took Hendersonville 5 yards deep. 26-3.
And Bruce Cantrell went airborne, and I feel sorry for whoever he came down on because Cantrell just mashed that pile down on the ground. John, a great offensive surge by that front.
Right you are, Tommy. Actually, Cantrell really got in on the run previous to that. It looked like from our vantage point down here, the official marked him down on the half-yard line, but he did stick it in for the score.
Lebanon going to go for one, leading 26-3. Third quarter, late in the third quarter. Snap back, placement down, kick is up. Long and high and true and good. 27-3, Lebanon.
Mr. Bill Beard to make a small presentation. On behalf of the Blue Devil Booster Club, LHS cheerleaders, coaches, players, and fans, we'd like to say thank you for your support and also present to you a souvenir stadium cushion as a token of our appreciation.
Thank you. Their second touchdown of the quarter, Tony Cantrell, a 1-yard touchdown plunge. Lebanon going 53 yards in 6 plays, triplet with the extra point. Lebanon leads Hendersonville 27-3.
Hasty kicks off, short kick will go out of bounds. That will come to the 35, I'm sure. Hendersonville again, they'll have their option, and I'm sure they'll just take it on the 35. First down, Hendersonville on the 35-yard line.
John, down to you on the field. What's the latest on the time situation?
Right before kickoff, we had 1:58 to go in the third quarter, and the official is going to be looking over here at me periodically, so just keep looking, and I'll keep giving you the signals.
All right, ball on the 35, first down and 10 for Hendersonville, trailing 27-3, and they scored first. Take the ball and hand it to their halfback. He's trying to get outside. Marscadelli hit him first, and then here comes Sellers or somebody. That's Alls. Ryan Alls had come in, knocked him down. Marscadelli got there first, knocked him down, and about a 2-yard loss back to the 33.
Mike Moscadelli, last week's leading tackler with 8 stops. A lot of tackles tonight. Very active from that weak side defensive end. We usually play him on the split end side of the field because he's got a real ability to run, try to get up in those piles and create a little action in that backfield.
It'll be 2nd and 12 on the 33. Man in motion, take it, run a dive option, and Lebanon just jammed it all up in the middle. Nowhere to go with a fullback. As we had Bryson down under and a couple of more people. Our nose man is Cantrell's out at the moment.
So we've got Hasty, Alds, and Bryson in there as the defensive front. Moscadelli and Adams will be the ends. Sellers and Rose will be the linebackers. Garrett, Thompson, C, and Phillips in the secondary. That's the Blue Devil defense.
Maybe the last play of the third quarter here. Let's see. Take it, run that sweep, cuts it in, little daylight, hit by Bryson, knocked down by him and Alls. He tried to cut it back in, as that's probably the last play of the third quarter. We'll wait and see. Got back to the 35 and got knocked down close to the 36 at 4th and 9. Reeder will come in to catch the punt. And we had 1:55 when we started this drive. 27-3, operating without a clock tonight. And we're just guessing at the time. Back to punt, snaps a good one. Punt's almost blocked. It's straight up in the air. Reeder wants a fair catch. He dropped it, and they got it, I think. Yes. They didn't give him a whole lot of room that time, but Hendersonville's recovered the punt that Reeder dropped somewhere around the 43. Now, they didn't give him a lot of room, I didn't think, Tommy, but they don't throw any flags, so Hendersonville's got it.
Bruce, it looked like Jade Sellers was back there, and he crowded Phillips just a little bit, but Hendersonville had a man right there on the spot, and Hendersonville will have good field position as the third quarter comes to an end. We'll take this break. Lebanon leads by a score of 27-3.
Mandy Hobbs. And I'm Carrie Womble. We are at Lebanon Cablevision with Robin Vance to make a small presentation. On behalf of the Blue Devil Booster Club, LHS cheerleaders, coaches, players, and fans, we'd like to say thank you for your support and also present to you a souvenir stadium cushion as a token of our appreciation. Thank you very much.
The other two.
Coming back.
No
Fourth quarter of action ready to get underway as Lebanon leads Hendersonville by a score of 27-3.
They have the ball in our territory on the 43. Run an option, pitch it back. Here comes Marscadelli. Knocked him out of bounds back on the 46. Michael Marscadelli, the end. He went after the pitch man, kind of feathered it, and then go after the quarterback and made him pitch it, and then he got the pitch man, knocked him down for a 2-yard loss on the 45. Hendersonville second down and 12. We're in the fourth quarter. Lebanon leads 27-3.
Next week, Hendersonville will host Murfreesboro, Oakland, and Lebanon will travel to Mount Juliet to play the Bears.
Man in motion, take it, dive option, looking for a pass over the middle, caught on the 40, down to the 35, close to a first down. They fake it, and then they run a wing back or the tight end on a hot pass, and he caught it on about the 37 and got to the 35, and it's third down and 2. Third and 2.
Cripps was the receiver. He's finally caught one now after a couple of drops. And Terry, what about Arnell throwing the ball tonight?
Tommy, he's 2 of 9 or 3 of 9 now. 1 interception, no touchdowns.
Hendersonville third down and 2 yards to go on our 35. They take it and run it to the, no, they fake it. Man wide open in the flat, and he missed him. Well, they faked it in the middle. We've got a man down on the field hurt. They had a man wide open in the flat. And who's down? Let's see. Check the number. 81 Adams. Yes. Maybe an ankle. I think it's Adams. Is that right?
That is Troy Adams. And Inslee Hagan will go in to play that strong side defensive end. Inslee, a senior, in on 4 tackles last week on special teams. Big, strong senior taking the place for Troy Adams, who comes off the field. And John, if you would at some point give us some kind of update on the condition of Troy Adams.
So Hagan comes in at defensive end. They had a man wide open as they faked the belly, and our quarterback just overshot his man in the flat. Now they're fourth down and 2. Lebanon trying to dig in and stop them here with probably about 10.5 minutes to play in the game. They send a late man in, and let's see what they got here. A couple of wings. Quarterback sends one of them in motion, and they run him, and we shot him.